All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Kick It Podcast brought to you by Kick It Labs. Today, we are broadcasting live from Sounds by the Sea here in the beautiful city of Oceanside. My name is Victor V, joined by my brothers Louis
What
Lowe,
up?
Bruce,
Yep.
and we're joined by two great, amazing guests that are going to be hanging out and kicking it here with us at Sounds by the Sea. We got Dom, which is
Hey, guys.
management, owner, co-founder of this place, and of course, Speaks, who is joining us from the beautiful city of Mexico, DF.
We came a long way. Hello, everybody. What's up? You can be louder than that. It's okay.
Yeah, don't be shy, people.
Don't be shy. I need your energy. We're jet lagged. I'm tired.
Hey, the place looks
I'm
sophisticated.
I'm an old rapper. I'm cranky. My bones hurt. I tripped. I tripped this morning because our flight was 5 a.m. Sorry, I'm not trying to just go off on a tangent.
No,
No, go for it.
I
Go for
fell
it.
down the stairs like a feeble old man. It was so embarrassing in front of my girlfriend. We just moved in together, and I'm like, I got the bags. Come on, the Uber's outside. I literally slipped down a flight of stairs.
Well, what did that scream sound like?
It sounded like goddamn! I was so embarrassed, and
Hey, but
so the point is, give me your energy because my bones hurt.
it's like Goku, bro. Like we need all the energy up in here,
Yeah,
Oh, we got your Speaks. Well, once
my
again,
rickety bones.
thank you guys for kicking it with us. Appreciate the support and appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Actually, usually we'd be broadcasting from our office studio that we got off of El Camino. So just being on site and doing on location like this with actually our whole setup is just, it's always exciting, bro.
For sure.
That's how it should be.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start with management. We're here at Sounds by the Sea. We want to go. We want to know, and the audience wants to know how it all got started and what the idea was to bring to this establishment. So if you go ahead and line this, how did this all start?
So Sound by the Sea exists for 9 months now. I'm originally from Belgium. You can tell by my accent, maybe.
No, not at all.
I came here 2-3 years ago with my two speakers from Paris and my girlfriend. I'm coming from the industry, so I'm an engineer, but I quit my corporate job 3 years ago. So I've been working in studios a little bit, also up in LA a couple of years ago. So that's basically how the idea emerged. You're sitting here with the artist in the big couch, listening to the big speakers, two amazing records, backstage, front stage. That's what the feeling is. It's not necessarily a listening bar. It's more like sharing, discovering, and having a good time with your friends. So, yeah.
No, it's a beautiful place. Congratulations, honestly. But you're saying you shipped these speakers out from Paris?
So you're looking at 1975 JBL speakers, all original parts. I guess there are around 20 in the world left of these. Definitely in this shape and quality. They are vintage, so they're big. They're 220 pounds each. They went on the boat for 3 months. Yeah, fully refurbished, and they just sound good. They're very powerful. They can blow the windows out easy peasy. But we play them at a level that we can talk and still you can vibe with the music.
Dude, when I first saw these speakers, it reminded me. I don't know what cartoon it was, but they had
Which
like a
cartoon?
really big speaker, and that guy was in the couch, right? And he had the glasses on, and he just sits back and just turns it all the way up. And I
mean
could
Bugs
imagine
Bunny,
myself
right?
doing that, huh?
You mean it was Bugs Bunny, right?
Was it Bugs Bunny?
It was Bugs Bunny.
I don't know, man. Maybe. But that's what I want to do with these speakers. Just turn them as high as we can. Just see how far that shit could blow me back,
What do you think about these speaker Speaks?
I think they're beautiful. I'm I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to older technology, especially things like vintage speakers and cabinets, and drum machines and stuff like that. Because I think the craftsmanship doesn't really exist in modern technology. So while everything is more convenient, okay, I got Spotify, I got this and that, I could jam. Everyone I know that listens to music is either listening in their ear pods or off their phone speaker, which I think is really weird, and it does it does a huge disservice to the nuances of production or audio fidelity. So these kinds of speakers really this is you don't even have to blast them. You just have them playing in the background, and you could hear the bass lines, you could hear you hear the crack of that snare right now, right? So I think yeah, I got a big fetish for this kind of stuff. Like,
You had a little geek
I'm,
moment right there.
yeah,
huh?
I'm feeling really horny right now.
Someone
This-
put a pillow in front. Put a pillow in front of Speaks right now, man.
no, but I love it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Well, all right, Speaks, for everybody out here in the crowd that might not know you, would you mind introducing yourself and giving a little bit of your background and how it is that you started in music?
Yeah, my name is Antonio Negrete, otherwise known as Speak. I am a rapper turned producer turned accidental ghostwriter in the industry, and now I just kind of live in Mexico City and make my little music in my house. I don't even go to the studio too much yeah, these days, but I've been rapping for, oh my god, I started off in like 2003 or 4
Damn.
on like Fruity Loops. I didn't have shit to do, so okay, free software. I like beats. I like rap. Let's play around. Of course, all the beats suck. All the music I made sucked until like 5 years ago. That's how long it takes to get good at this. But yeah, started off going to a lot of freestyle events, a lot of ciphers, a lot of open mics, both in uh, Los Angeles, where I'm originally from, before we relocated to the Inland Empire. And then when we got to the Inland Empire, the IE, as a kid who you're far away from your family in LA, you're far away from the friends you grew up with. You're like, all right, well, let me look for my new friends and family. Let me look, for my new tribe, my chosen family, and stumbling across a lot of things like building blocks, foundations, events that don't exist anymore, but physical spaces where you had to show up and actually learn your craft, right? So now it's like anyone could be like, I'm a rapper. I want to be a rapper. Boom, you put, you record on your, people record on their iPads or their phones, and in auto tune, free software, whatever. You upload it to Spotify. Boom! Oh, you got 1 million streams. Oh, you went viral on TikTok. I'm a rapper now. Well, no, you're not really, because there's still, like we're talking about the craft of speakers. When you're talking about learning the craft of whether you're going to be a DJ or a producer or songwriter or whatever it is, you need these actual physical spaces to show up and ply your trade. And that's how I came up. So I came up under a lot of people who were older than me, who told me on a weekly basis how much I sucked. And sometimes you need that, right? Now,
You gotta stay
some,
humble.
and
All day.
it's not gatekeeping or discouraging someone, but you listen to like some of these songs that these younger artists, or not even in rap, but across all genres, right? And you hear this thing, you're like, oh, like listen to like 21 Savage or something. And I'm a huge 21 Savage fan. He's like, like, I'm smoking gas. It smells like poop. And I'm like, oh, none of your homies who were sitting in the studio like thought to tell you, hey, bro, that lyric sucks.
Hey, that lyric
But
sounds like poop, yo.
Yeah, and it's not like hating, and it's not being a dick, and it's not gatekeeping, but like you need people to kind of to help one, kill your ego, and two, to encourage you to go harder. So those are the spaces I came up with, and that eventually led into producing and ghostwriting. The first song I ever wrote for someone was a top 40 hit, and that was like really strange. And then from there, everyone's like, "Whoa, you wrote one hit, come do that for my artists." And so I spent a lot of time kind of like in limbo. As Gucci Man says, I was lost in the sauce a little bit, because the money was good, the checks were good. And then after a while, you're like, oh, this is soul crushing, and it's very empty. And I hate myself, and I hate the things that I'm writing, and I don't believe in this. Why am I doing this? Am I a poser? Am I a sellout? So then just kind of like rejecting the whole industry and moving to Mexico City, where my family's from, and just kind of recentering myself. You know, I've kind of refocused, rededicated. I'm locked in, and back on my rap shit, and it's going really good. It's going pretty good. I can't complain.
Yeah, well, now we're in Oceanside, straight kick.
Oside,
Yeah,
Oside,
nice.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
but Dominic, let me switch it back to you, man. What has been
Sure.
one of your favorite things and one of the more difficult things you had since you opened up Sounds by the Sea?
One of the first difficult things was to find talent, to find DJs, sound selectors. I call them sound selectors. DJs.
That's a good. I haven't heard that one.
It's linked with a
You're right.
dance floor, a party. So in the beginning, we were like, oh, where's the DJ lineup? And coming in here thinking it's like a party. So the first month, 2 months, we had to educate people, like tell them, okay, this is the volume, what it's going to be. We're playing Brazilian music. You never heard this before in your life. you're gonna like it. You're gonna dig it. So that was the first 2 months were a lot of education, building the brand, building the bar. It took at least 6 months until end of the year. Now people kind of understand. They get to know the place. We have people from up in LA to down in TJ coming up here, drive 45 minutes an hour just to see a local sound selector playing Japanese city pop or African music, or it's really sweet. So um, things turn now in the way that I have tons of people reaching out. So it's a matter of bringing people back that we like, bringing in guys like you who deserve a platform, who deserve a space to talk and share. But I have tons and tons of people I'm booking for June now. I don't want to push it too far out, but it's an amazing vibe. It's very promising. It proves that there's plenty of music people around here living 1 block away, 2 blocks away, or in Highland Park up in LA, and who want to bring it to this space, rediscover their music. That's I tell them, play your guilty pleasures, play music you even produced maybe, or you really listened as a teenager or 20 or 30er, and we listened again on it on the speakers, and they're like, whoa, can I play one more? Can I play one more?
Then, well, the house is filled with like at least 20 different artists.
Yeah, hey, where are my DJs and artists at?
Hey,
You guys all in here?
I
Yeah.
see you guys.
Yeah, we
Hey,
see you guys.
shout
We
out,
see you
shout
guys.
out.
Yo, there you go.
But yeah, no, thank you for opening up Sound by the Sea to us, man.
Yeah.
We greatly
Welcome.
appreciate it.
And I do want to dig in just a little bit deeper because you said you're a sound producer, right? So did you go to school out there in
Yeah,
Europe?
so I'm from Belgium. I did electromechanical engineering. So that's everything that's engines. I can build an engine for a boat, basically, or calculate a shape. Very boring stuff, to be honest. But then I studied also music engineering. So to know how a speaker is working, how acoustics are working, how is a big mixing desk working, for example. And then did some recording and mixing back in France, back in Belgium, up in LA here in some of the studios where I learned from the big legends and the big legendary places to start with, walking in spaces where a lot of famous French artists recorded back in the 70s and 80s. It's magical, to be honest. You see their pictures on the walls, the gold discs on the walls. It's history. And so I did a little bit of that recording work, major like rock bands, I would say, a couple hip hop artists from Germany who all come to Belgium for some reason to record. But the studio time went down so much. I initially wanted to build my own recording studio, but a lot of people they produce their record until 95%, and then they come to the studio for the last couple hours, maybe a day, maybe half a day, try to squeeze everything they can out of their time. So the times have changed. Like there's tons of histories and studios back in Belgium, but they all went down. They all went bankrupt because people are producing in the box and at home, and
Damn.
you don't need a big mixing desk anymore.
Oh yeah, no, it's a different industry at this point.
It is.
Yeah, like Speak was saying. I mean, you could record on an iPad. You could maybe even record off your phone, and all you have
Yep.
to do is just a little bit of production, upload it, and if
Yep.
it hits, it hits. If not, then
Yep.
until the next one.
Yeah, but going back to the what I feels like the theme of what I'm talking about today, the craft of it, right? The craft of the speakers, the craft of learning how to rap. There is a science, and there is sound theory, and there is process, and there's method when it comes to recording behind an SSL board, or recording, or how acoustics work. And there's a reason why a Dr. Dre record sounds to this day like a Dr. Dre record. It's because the craftsmanship and the knowledge and the understanding of how decibels work and how frequencies work and sub frequencies, and admittedly I suck at that. Like that's like I wish I mean, I'm getting better as it. I mean, when I'm mixing and mastering, I'm 100% in the process, and I'm asking questions from people who are much more qualified than me, and who are much more. But that's how you learn, right? Like
Yeah.
studying under someone, and hey, what does it do when you do this or when you tweak that? But for the longest time, I'm like, I would get offers like, hey, do you want to? This publication wants to come to the studio and see how you work on a song or how you track your vocals. I'm like, no, because you're gonna record a video of me, and I'm gonna look like a complete idiot because I don't know what I'm doing. Like, don't ask me what my process or my method is because I'm literally sitting in front of you know, whatever I'm working on, whether it's Pro Tools or Ableton, and I'm just, tweaking every knob on the until I think it sounds good. I'm like, hey, yeah, that makes my voice sound real sick. I like that. But I couldn't tell you, like, okay, when I process this vocal, this sub whatever is at 2 dBs or yeah, like I'm slowly getting better with it, but like I still feel in a lot of ways like the punk DIY kid who was making beats on a hacked Fruity Loops, yeah.
But that's the beauty of the thing. There's multiple ways of doing it, and
Yeah, there's no right or wrong
the
way.
most creative sounds have been created by error, mistake, or tweaking and trying. The big 808s is just by
Yeah.
looping it in and out of the same
Or like in the
machines.
60s, like the echo chambers and how they would do like the natural these microphones and the chambers in the mic, so I get this dynamic echo or whatever. And I think that's really cool. Like I love everything from every era, every genre, every subgenre, every part of the globe. But I always like look back to like stuff that was happening like in the 80s when everyone started like making new wave, or when people started really getting into synthesizers. I'm like, oh, that's like when I hear like a record, like when I hear something like from like let's say like Kraftwerk or Gary Newman or something, I'm like, what made you want to use this particular sound? And it's probably cocaine and synthesizers, and
I mean,
and people just being like like tweaking and tweaked out until 3 a.m. with, oh man, look at this brand new
Yeah,
keyboard.
tweaking with the
Yeah.
mics and stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, like with the modulator.
That sounds
yeah.
good.
And it sounds good, right? Like, but that's how you come across it, and maybe especially like in that era too, because it was like the first time where like you had a synthesizer that wasn't the size of a room; it was the size of a keyboard, and like so you take a little 8 ball of cocaine to the face, and like you get that you get that you can get that Juno jam, and you get some funky sounds.
Hey, but how are you guys doing out there? You guys having a good time?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
hell
shout
yeah.
out to the live crowd out here kicking it with us. Don't forget, we're here with Speaks, and we're here with Dom from Sound by the Sea. Shout out to everybody on the internet world. We will not be able to read the comments today, but if you're dropping comments, thank you so much.
What up? How y'all
Yeah,
doing?
we will not be able to read the comments like usual, huh?
Sorry.
Not today.
Don't read the comments.
Nah.
That's where the poison comes in.
No, but when we go live in the studio, like we were able to pull up the comments and put them on the screen.
That's
so
pretty sick.
we're able to interact with the crowd.
Yeah, I stopped going live like on Instagram and stuff because people would just say like crazy stuff. Show
Córtate
your
el pelo,
feet.
cabrón.
Show your feet. I'm like, what? Show my feet.
Not for free.
Yeah,
No free toes.
we've had a couple of comments on a
not
couple
in this
episodes like that,
economy.
bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, with the feet fetish, got out of hand sometimes.
Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought?
Yeah, well, Speak, I'm gonna turn it back to you, and I do want to ask you a question pertaining to your craft, because I know you came up mostly freestyling, doing battles, but now you're a writer.
Yeah.
What is it that you prefer to this day? Do you still like more of the battle rapping and freestyling, or sitting down and writing your songs out?
Well, like I got out of battling I was very good at it, and I won a bunch, and then I felt like I hit a ceiling, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to I love freestyling, I love rapping, but I felt like the environment of like just being in battles all the time was just very toxic, because that's the name of the game. You sit there and like you say the meanest shit you could say about a person, and a lot of it is like it borders like on homophobia and racism and stereotypes, and you're using like all this like negativity to like insult your opponent. So I'm like, yeah, this is not what I want to do into my 20s. Like, let me focus on making really good songs. I want to make songs that people sing along to and enjoy. And yeah, I mean, but the crazy thing is, for like my writing process, and of course it's like a much smaller scale. It's not but I don't actually like physically write anything, so it is still kind of like freestyle. So like if I'm doing like if I'm doing a like a speak record or whatever, you get the beat going, you get the drums going, and I might just sit down and kind of like mumble the cadences to myself, like like say this beat in the background, like you just kind of like mumble like I call it like the outline, and okay, this is how I'm gonna do this, and this is what I'm gonna do with my flow, and then I'll fill the words in. So you start building it like line by line, and you do it without writing it down, you memorizing it, and they're like, oh well, Jay-Z does that, Lil Wayne does that, a lot of people do that, and I'm like, well, I'm not nearly anywhere near them, but like that, but that's how I like to sit down and create. Like you get the beat going, and you just kind of like you play, you play with it in your head, and you create it that way. And the same thing even with like a top line. If I'm doing like a singing hook or I'm writing something for someone else, you got the beat going and you just kind of like mumble out, hum the melodies. Okay, you might track that. Okay, give me another track, and then you go back and then you fill the words in, the phrases and all that. So, but I definitely prefer like creating records over like being like in the freestyle element, even though they're still both interconnected in a lot of ways. Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, when you're like on the radio and stuff, that's not a freestyle. I'm like, yo, like, yeah, it is. Like, because like I am that good at it. Like,
Yeah,
No,
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 people
respect.
people have different definitions of when it comes to like freestyle.
yeah.
You know, so it's crazy just watching that. Some people is like straight up off the dome,
Yeah.
like what you could do there, or like they have like a written verse that isn't put to anything.
That,
That
technically, that's what
is-
pisses me off though, bro. When
it
they say it's a
technically
freestyle,
it
and they
is-
do it off the phones, all
Yeah.
written shit. How is this freestyle, dog?
Because it's free of style. You can put that in any beat. So it's just, I don't know. It's
That's
just
true.
weird, you know. It
But
depends on the verse.
what if someone has like, what if someone's like me and I have hundreds of verses in my head that I've committed to memory that have never been recorded, that I've never heard, and you're like, well, freestyle, and okay, and I just give you a flawless verse off the top of the head. You're like, that's not a freestyle. Do another one.
Okay.
I literally got like 100 of these. Like we could sit here for like 40 minutes, and you're gonna tell me like that. No, what do you mean no? Like
Hey, just lie your way through it, bro.
prove it.
No,
How can you prove I did not just say that right off the dome right now? You don't know how my mind works.
No, everyone's like, how do you do like LA leakers and swings? Do you come in there with like things memorized? Like, nah, I come in with like a handful of like things that I've trapped in my memory. Like, oh, that would be funny and that'd be cool. And then you say it, and then you just kind of build off of it and see where it goes. Mix it up a
So,
bit.
so how does a creative process work?
Yeah.
It's like all the time, 24/7. Your
all
brain's
the
like,
time. Like it's annoying. Like I'm always like, I'm mumbling like, oh, this could be a lyric. This would be a lyric, or something catchy. Oh, that would be a good hook. It's like, it's so annoying, and it's like a constant in my head. The only time, yeah, like, and this is like what I do for a living, like every single day. So like, I got to do things so I don't go like insane, like with just like rapping to myself all day, because I feel like you really go insane. Like, so I'm like, okay, let me. But it's even then, it's still very hard. Like, I try to like strike a balance. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go for a run in the morning. I'm gonna go to the movies with my girlfriend. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to dinner with friends. But still, like in my head, I'm like if I'm not making music, I'm thinking about it, and yeah, it's pretty sick.
there are certain things that put you in the mood, like in the morning or during the day.
Oh
or,
yeah. I feel like after, I especially feel like after like I've gotten up and I've like done like my exercise for the morning. I usually run like 5K every morning. You gotta have the strong rap lungs.
You're running out there in Mexico City 5K?
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
like easy. Yeah. And then when I come here, I'm like my time like drops by like 2 or 3 minutes because the altitude is lower here. So yeah. But like after I get a good workout, like I'll come home, see my beautiful girlfriend. We have some breakfast. Maybe make some love. Maybe play some Nintendo Switch. I'm like, all right, now I'm ready to work on some raps.
What's your favorite game on the Switch right now?
I'm going crazy. Like even though it's old, like I got really really heavy into Smash Brothers like the last like month,
alright.
and like playing online I become like I get like very like hyper focused on things that are like, whether it's like wrestling or movies or music. Like if I'm in, I'm all in. So like I started recently playing like the last month and a half online, and like I'll win like 8 out of 10 times. Like yeah, like I be not to be like I'm the best, but I become obsessed with it. Like, but I like puzzle games too. Like I was playing the Untitled Goose Game, where it's this third party game. You're just like this bad little duck, and you run around a village like solving puzzles. Like like the gardener, you have to steal the gardener's rake, and drop it in the lake or something. It's
Oh,
really
damn.
cool. I don't know.
That duck don't duck around, huh?
Yeah, he doesn't fuck around. I was really into Animal Crossing. I don't know. I get like really hyper fixated on things. I'm probably sick. I probably have mental illness.
Probably should go to therapy. You know?
Don't we all? I do.
Oh, you do? Oh.
I got a therapist. She's very nice. Very expensive.
Dom, let's go ahead and come back to you for a second.
Sure.
All right. What do you think? You're coming from Belgium and
I
you're a
don't play
business
Nintendo
owner.
Switch, by the way, but yeah.
Oh, get into it.
It's-
I might get you a Switch. We're gonna be Switch buddies. That sounded way more
puzzling,
sexual
yeah.
than it needed to be.
It didn't sound
Speak-
sexual enough. No?
It's the mocktail.
It's a placebo.
You recommend that drink?
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
So,
Once again, shout out to everybody pulling up here to Sound by the Sea. Yeah, we're still kicking it with Don. We're still kicking it with
Nice.
Speaks. Shout out to everybody out there in the live world. All right, Bruce, get back to you.
oh, I know, right? All right, Dom. You're coming right there from Germany, and now you're a business owner out here in Oceanside. What do you think are the qualities that you got to have to be a business owner out here?
Well, to start off, I thought there was this. This is America, so in Europe, you have the
Okay.
image of the free world. It's in a crazy way. On top is California. So.
Rule number one, brother: nothing in America's free.
No,
Ain't that the truth, brother?
I
Ain't that
discovered
the
it.
truth, brother?
Hey, that rule's gonna cost you $5, by the way.
So I'm learning that every day there's like a ton of rules, and then there's other rules and contradicting rules, and you need to know people. And some people tell you A, other people tell you B. I love being a business owner. It's finally something of my own. My fingerprint is everywhere here, where it's in the couches or the colors or the music or the speakers.
Just
or
the fingerprints,
food.
right?
I try to
Yeah, wait.
we're a small team. We're growing now. We're like 8 people in the meanwhile. So I can choose who I work with. I don't know if it's me or European style, but I treat them like a little family. So we don't have almost any employees that come and go. They're all here since the start, since July last year. It's really, really cool. They grow with Sound by the Sea. We onboard extra people. They grow with Sound by the Sea. So it's nice. They all learn how to bartend, how to serve, how to play records. That's insane. I learned people to DJ here every week almost, and then to cook a little bit. So I like it that it's small to start with. A lot of people ask me, well, oh, you want to go to Temecula or you want to come down to San Diego or Orange County? We need a place like this. They call it the third space. It's not work. It's not a home. It's a place where you can hang and just spend time away from your wife or your girlfriend or your work or your obligations you have. But I like that it's small. It's controllable, of course. So it's my first bar restaurant. I never did this, so I think
You're killing it. Like, what the hell?
I think
That's a home run, though. That's
I'm
what
proud
Yeah,
of it.
no,
I'm
dude,
That's
this
what
proud
it
of
is
it.
should
dope.
be. That's like, yeah, I never did it. It's just
That's off to
it's a
you,
real
Dom.
awesome place that plays fucking great music and
Yeah.
got great drinks. No, yes,
It's
home run.
welcome in my living room.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I often say. But yeah, it's,
Yeah.
we're getting tons of support, so it's really nice. Financially, I don't have to tell you. There's a big difference between the US and Europe. I see it every month when I need to pay the rent. It's 4 times the price of Europe, but I mean,
Damn.
whatever. It is what it is. It's an expensive place here. We get the palm trees and the sunshine, so that's
worth
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you're in California, baby, and you're like not
Yeah.
even a mile away from the beach. What else
And-
can you ask for?
and the stress level is so easygoing here. Up in Europe, I don't know. Maybe it's Belgium. It's gray. It's gloomy. People get all stressed up in their cars in the traffic jams, and it's the wheel of life. Like every day, and you get a little bit of that here. But a lot of people, well, they look outside or they spend time with friends or on the beach or surfing or in the ocean. That compensates a lot. We take it for granted, and even after 2 years, I start to take it for granted. But it's amazing. It's an awesome place here. It's a piece of heaven on earth, and it's an expensive piece, but it's if you work for it, it's all good. It's worth it.
Amen. Yeah.
Amen.
Hey, Speaks, you even got some insight on that as well. You went from the States now to living out in Mexico City. How was that transition for you?
the transition was pretty easy because my dad's from there, so everyone's just like, man, you just like left LA, you just went to Mexico, like
Goddamn right.
yeah. It's like I did, but it wasn't like it wasn't like as adventurous and bold as I've never been, or oh, I'm on a a lot of people like romanticize places, especially like places like Mexico City. A lot of people come and like, oh man, I love it here. I'm gonna move here, and everyone from Mexico's like, no, don't move here. My girlfriend does that a lot. She's like, no, just don't move here. But like, I have family out there. Um, I was already touring a lot in Latin America. I was already doing lots of shows in like Mexicali. I was doing festivals in Tijuana. I was coming in and out of Mexico City for doing work with Red Bull and other organizations. So I was just like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stay, and yeah, it's an amazing place. It's a beautiful place. It's rich in culture and heritage and art and music and obviously people. The people there are what make it special. But it's like living in any major, um, you know, uh,
Metropolis.
expensive, yeah, metropolis. It's like the stress is high. It's congested. There's corruption, there's chaos, there's beauty, there's you know, uh, I find a lot of parallels between Mexico City and Los Angeles at times. Um, yeah, our last we just moved, but like our last place was like right like in the like in Centro next to the Zocalo,
Okay.
and so and we lived like in this like ninth floor apartment with this crazy view, an amazing view of the city, especially during like the Independence and like the national holidays, the fireworks going off. You're like, oh man, but literally every day because we're in downtown, 6 a.m. Woo woo woo, muévete pues, pendejo. Like like you're woken up by like sirens and because people like you're in the heart of the city. You're in downtown and people start early and it lasts until 10, 11 o'clock at night. So I was telling my partner, my girlfriend, there was just times, especially like trying to create in the house. Um, you ever have those moments you're like, I can't hear myself think. Like I was getting freaked out and I felt like a super, super high level of stress. And I started having like war flashbacks of like living in downtown LA, like but like it all works out. We moved to a new spot, but it's like living in any major metropolis. Like it has its good,
You got the pros and cons.
yeah, it has its pros, it has its cons for sure. But there's nowhere else in the world I'd rather be. People are like, oh, would you ever come back to LA? Would you ever? And I'm like, it would have to take something drastic, like someone like here's a bag of with $10 million, so you could buy your house wherever, and where you grew up in East LA or what. Like it would take something drastic. But like right now, like my community, my friends, uh, my my life, my cat, my plants, everything is in Mexico. So yeah,
I like how you involved your cat in that line right
I love
there,
him.
bro.
I miss him already. That's
Gotcha.
that's another sign of mental illness. Like we're getting on the plane, I'm just like, I miss Spider Cat. I hope he's okay. Like my friend Cammy's taking care of him, and she's lovely. But like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, I gotta do these shows. I gotta make this money so I could continue to feed you the fancy food that you eat. But
Like
like,
Whiskas or something?
what's up?
Like Whiskas?
No, he don't eat Whiskas, bro.
Okay.
He eats Royal Canine.
Ooh.
Like
Goddamn.
his food is actually called Intense Beauty. That's the name of the food. His
What the
beauty
fuck?
is very intense. That's the name of the brand. That's all he eats. He's very posh. He's very lovely. But you know what I mean? I don't want him to resent me. I don't want anyone to resent me. Humans, if they resent me, if people hate me, like people resent me all the time. People comment on my Instagram, "Fuck you, you're not that good. Your music sucks." And I'm like, my cat likes me. It's just like, my girlfriend likes me. It's okay.
That's all right, Speak. You could probably FaceTime him right after we're done from the interview.
Yeah.
Right, right.
But
Show your feet.
I do want to tap in real quick because the way I came across you personally, I don't know about the boys, but I saw your clip with the LA Leakers, which I think went viral everywhere.
Which one? Oh, the leakers. Yeah,
Yeah, LA Leakers. And then you're also on Sway
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
morning. Actually, a couple times, not
Yeah,
just
yeah,
once.
yeah. I got the open invite to
But-
all those shows.
This is what I want to know, man. And it was something that you said in Sway. No, actually, no, it wasn't even Sway. It was like maybe one of your music videos. But your nickname, man, the Tijuana Sunset. How did that come about?
Oh, cause it was just drunk and being like, it was just drunk and being crazy. Like we did a festival in 2000, like 2010 or 11 in Tijuana called All My Friends, and like I was like drunk on stage, and I'm just like, the crowd didn't really know me at the time, and I'm just like, yeah, what's up? My name is Speak, you know. They call, and I just started like naming countries and cities and random things. I'm like, some of you may know me as Speak, some of you may know me as the Portuguese Eagle or African Lightning or the Tijuana Sunset. And everyone's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And like, yeah. And that's just how it happened. And everyone's like, are you from Tijuana? I'm like, no, I'm not actually from Tijuana. I've spent a lot of time in Tijuana. I've been arrested in Tijuana. I jumped in the jacuzzi at Hong Kong in Tijuana, where the strippers
I know which jacuzzi you're talking about. The first floor
I
to the
know what
right.
you-
yeah, exactly. So the strip, sorry,
I see a couple of you guys over there like, you guys don't know. and shit.
strippers is not, it's not a politically correct term. Entertainers.
Entertainers. There we go.
Yeah. The dancers, the entertainers who, you know, they pour like whipped cream or I don't know, like
Oh, that's in the
queso
second
de,
floor.
queso de crema or what, I don't know what they pour on their bodies, whipped cream, shaving, I don't know, shaving, some kind of cream,
Something,
and
yeah.
they do their dance, and then they wash off in the jacuzzi.
No, it's shave cream. So like that, you
Yeah.
don't lick them.
Yeah. I was so drunk, I jumped in the jacuzzi. Fun fact, you can't do that in Tijuana. I don't think you can do that anywhere, actually. No, so they drugged me out, and I spent 48 hours in jail.
Ooh.
Damn, man.
Was
and
it a
let
holiday?
me and let me tell you, when people are like, "Yo, you're not hard. You never been to prison. You never did no time." I'm like, I was in jail in Tijuana for 48 hours. That's like doing 10 American years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You still have the shaving cream on you?
I had the shaving cream. No, I walked in with I walked in.
Damn, dog.
They threw me in the cell with no shirt, shaving cream, my hair dripping wet, and let me tell you, they were looking at me like a snack.
your hair was long too.
My hair was so long. Man, like,
Nah.
they were looking at me crazy. And but you know, praise be Allah, we survived it. We're still here.
Hell yeah. There you go.
Yes,
This has been pretty dope, man. But what do you guys say? We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with the second part of this.
All right, I'm down for a break.
I'm
You
down
guys
with
all
that.
right with
Yeah.
that?
I'm down.
All good.
All right,
Awesome.
cool. All right, well, to everybody out there on the Instagram, on the Facebook, on the YouTube, wherever you're tuning in, to everybody,
OnlyFans, Instagrams,
hey, Speaks know what's up.
MySpace.
Toe pictures coming soon.
Yeah, but also to everybody here joining us in the live crowd, thank you so much. We'll be right back with the second half of the interview. Stay tuned through the messages.
Stay tuned.
This is the Kick It Podcast.
Yeet.
Fill my kiss with your life. I'm blessed. You learn all the true, the drink of youth makes it easy for me to keep up with you. Our music's loud, we dance around, screaming out the songs till the lights give out. Jump up and down, we'll run around, skating in the town till the sun goes down. The love we found without a sound, bring back the energy when we all feel it too. All this love's for you. Yes, we all feel this way. Love is here to stay. When we all feel it too.
Right, y'all. We have a little bit left on the podcast, but we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Where my
Okay.
raza at? Raza, where you guys at? ¿Dónde están? Hey,
Yeah.
esto es para ustedes. Lo vamos a hacer en español. ¿Está bien con ustedes? Yeah. Arre, pues ya tiene un rato aquí con nosotros. Estamos aquí con Speaks Antonio Negrete.
Antonio David.
Yeah, so ask your neighbor if they speak Spanish so I can translate to you. If not, hit up the button, get the s7e8.
Now I'm nervous.
Yeah, we got that unlocked right now.
too many Spanish interviews.
Pues sí, y,
I don't do too many interviews, period. Pero
ay,
estoy listo.
vive en México, pero su entrevista en español es acá, güey, los norte.
Oh, all right. So we are officially back from break. Shout out to DJ
Okay.
Osai Lens in the ones and twos. All right.
Ok,
cool.
ya nos dieron el tiempo, ya nos dieron el tiempo.
Más
Tenemos
10
a mi
minutos,
compa
güey, no
Juan.
más.
Saludos, Juan. Thank you for joining us, bro.
Lasagna, ¿cómo estás?
Hey, I'm actually surprised that you're here in the Spanish.
Nos póntelo cerca acá, güey, para que se
Oh,
escuche.
disculpa. Mira, estuve haciendo mi tarea ahorita. Estaba escuchando. Escuché que tu papá es de México, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí, sí.
Y tu apellido es un poco peculiar porque es Negrete.
Sí, es un apellido súper famoso, ¿no? Es un calle allá en Tijuana, se llama Negrete.
Demasiado. Estuve escuchando un poquito detrás de las cámaras y no sé, puede ser la manera en que percibí las cosas, ¿verdad? Pero escuché como que el tipo de persona que eres es como un tipo healer, no sé cómo le digan en español también. Mi español es un poquito...
Healer?
Como tipo...
Como curandero, güey.
Es como... Tu vibra para mí es como alguien curandero, ¿me entiendes? Estás buscando
Como tipo chamán.
como un tipo...
bruja o
No, tu vibra...
natural.
Te está diciendo que eres como el brujo mayor, güey.
¿Medicinas naturales o...?
La vibra que me diste, simplemente la vibra que das es como estar buscando, mira como que estás buscando elevar tu mente un poquito más, ya la tienes muy elevada, pero como que tu punto final siempre es buscar el siguiente nivel. No sé si me estén dando a entender.
A ver.
Póntelo más cerca del micrófono, güey.
Can you hear me now?
Ahí está.
Better. Decía que tu vibra para mí es como, no sé, como un tipo, I still don't know how to say healer, bro.
Muchísimas gracias. ¿Crees? No, es que mucha gente aquí en Estados Unidos y allá en México dice la misma cosa. Como, eres un hippie, eres un bruja, eres un metalero y yo pienso, más o menos sí, ¿no? Creo que tengo elementos de mis experiencias de supernaturales o más psicodélico. I think the shit makes me kind of like that.
Healer, huh?
Yeah, pero
Simples son las drogas, güey.
Se
Pero
comienzan algo.
un healer en el contexto de música, ¿no?
Sí.
Como contexto de letras o higher consciousness, como.
Cuando te escuchaba como platicar, alcancé a percibir un poquito de eso, porque decías que la música de hoy en día, el tipo de rap que estamos mirando en esta época.
Sí, pero en mi experiencia, mis letras es como un espejo de mi experiencia, ¿no? Como cosas lo vi allá en las calles o mi vida viviendo en el barrio, o viviendo aquí en Estados Unidos o allá en México. Es una mezcla de experiencias y creo que la diferencia es maybe I'm a little more perception, I have a little more perception, a little more consciousness, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's all relative. It all
Entonces,
connects.
¿tú crees que por medio de tu música tú estás ayudando a la gente a descubrir algo más allá de lo que se puede decir el materialismo? Porque en
Sí.
realidad todos en realidad rapean de la misma cosa. Siempre lo he dicho, es la misma cosa.
Sí, no, pero para mí me encantan mucho tipos diferentes de rap. Por ejemplo, ahorita mi rapero favorito es Key Glock de Memphis. Es puro música de trap y materialismo, dinero, los moras, fashion, no sé qué. Pero, but I think, Spanglish está bien, ¿no?
Spanglish is fine.
Estoy un poco baracho, pero
That's fine,
buscando
that's
por
fine.
las palabras. I think like there's different like representations, no? Like rap just can't be one thing. Like it's okay to make money and have fun, but it's also okay to like uh, understand the world around you and have higher consciousness, I think.
Well, I mean, as a producer, you're looking to kind of elevate your music and make it more than just the numbers on Spotify. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I want people to feel something. Like my objective is puros sentimientos y letras con razón.
También platicabas un poquito de la Red Bull. ¿Qué es lo que hacías con el Red Bull? Porque el Red Bull allá en México es un poquito diferente. Como escuché que eres un freestyler.
Ah, sí, sí.
Sí, allá lo que
Sí.
rifa son las batallas, güey.
Sí, pues,
Sí.
la guerra
No,
de
yo
gallos.
trabajo con los batallas. Sí, sí. En 2012 fui un... eh,
¿Evento?
no, advisor.
Oh, ok,
Es que
ok,
yo
ok.
comienzo mi carrera en los batallas, pero en inglés allá en Los
¿Cómo?
Ángeles. En este tiempo tenemos muchos batallas en Los Ángeles, en Project Blood, en San Bernardino, Building Blocks, y batallas nacionales en Cincinnati, se llama Scribble Jam. En 2002, 3, 4. But yeah, like, I fuck with the battles.
Yeah.
No, pero allá en Latinoamérica, Red Bull Batallas es un evento enorme, ¿no? Con millones de vistas.
¿Llegaste a participar con alguno
Sí.
de los grandes allá?
Sí, sí.
Escuché que decías que eras muy bueno en el freestyle y pues la verdad, siendo de allá, tienes que tener un poco de colmillo
Sí.
para...
Pero la cultura de hip hop, en mi opinión, allá en México,
Súper diferente.
sí, súper diferente. Todavía cuando saliendo al metro, lo vi los chavos afuera del metro en batallas, freestyle con un speaker, bocina. It feels real, you know? We're like, maybe we don't see that so much out here anymore.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, but yo te quiero preguntar algo, carnal. Como tú vienes de acá de California, de LA, ahorita estás en la Ciudad de México, que como dice acá mi carnal Juan, lo que rifa son las batallas escritas y el hip hop pues no tiene ese sentimiento que debería, aunque hay buenos artistas como Jera, está Alemán,
Ajá,
bueno, puedo nombrar un chingo, ¿no? Cartel de Santa,
ajá.
pero ahorita lo que miro en México como el hip hop y el rap no triunfan tanto, es por lo de las batallas, pero lo que está triunfando ahorita es lo de los corridos tumbados y el género más norteño. ¿Te gusta a ti ese tipo de música? ¿Si escuchas o conoces a algunos de
Sí,
los artistas?
estoy amigos con Alemán y Yoga Fire también.
O Yoga Fire,
Sí,
muy chingón también.
Creo que el mejor rapero allá en México es Yoga. Yoga es... Pero hay existe otros grupos como 45 o... ¿cómo se llama? Es un otro grupo de CDMX. Shirley, what's the name of the group that you photograph all the time? ¿Cómo se llama este grupo?
¿No es el que está con muelas?
Aquí hay.
Ok.
Sí, es R&B, pero los beats tienen elementos de hip hop pero sí, súper fan de escena mexicano.
Pero no te gusta lo que viene siendo la música actual ahorita, que está pegando machina en todo la radio, que viene siendo el norteño, corridos tumbados. ¿No tomas algo de inspiración
No,
de
no,
eso?
no, no, absolutamente no. No.
Qué bueno, qué bueno. Keep up, keep up.
He's
No,
like,
pero,
"Qué bueno".
me encanta me encanta todo de mexicano original, de tumbados, reggaetón, cumbias, a todo, pero para mí mi arte y mi música solamente hip hop. Quiero hacer hip hop toda mi vida.
¿Cuál fue ese punto decisivo que te llevó a la carrera que tienes ahorita?
¿Otra vez?
¿Cuál fue el punto decisivo que te llegó a la carrera que tienes ahorita?
Oh.
Que tú digas, este fue el momento en el que me hizo brillar y ahora soy quien soy por ese momento.
Oh, I don't know.
Like your turning point.
Ay, hay muchos, hay muchos. La primera fui en 2011 cuando me escriba esta canción de Gucci Gucci por Creation. Es mi primera vez escribiendo un canción por otra artista y en 2011 fui un super rola top 40 like pero hay otros momentos. Tengo muchos de 2012, 13, trabajando con Sid the Kid, in Odd Future, Vince Staples, Mac Miller, Juicy J. Yeah, I think those were the moments.
Damn,
Well,
that's really
I
crazy.
got one last question for you, Speak, because you mentioned earlier that you used to do ghostwriting, or you might still do ghostwriting. Is it something that you foresee yourself in the future, maybe just dedicating to ghostwriting, or you just want to completely do hip hop at all costs?
No, I want to work in different styles of music. You know, that's like asking like Quincy Jones worked in everything from jazz to pop with Michael Jackson to whatever. But like I want to work in projects that I'm passionate about and that I believe in. Like writing songs with like top 40 artists is like who just want to make like some bullshit. Oh, let's make a hit. That's not for me, man. No, it's not
I feel
for
it, I
me.
feel it.
Like
So what's the ultimate goal for you as a producer, writer, artist?
I just want to keep I just want to keep doing this the rest of my life. Like people are like, people have different like definitions of like success, and people, especially like in online, like everything's so numbers based. And, oh, you don't have 1 million followers, you don't have 50 billion streams. Who are you? I was like, no, this is success. Like I wake up every morning, I have like my desayuno with my girlfriend, and I start working on music.
Amen, brother.
Like that's everything, and I just want to do that until I can't do it anymore. And maybe it won't always be like me in front of the mic, like rapping. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, I don't know. But as long as I maybe I'm producing or help mentoring younger artists or something, as long as I get to have a close proximity to the music, and I get to do this forever,
Damn, man,
good,
that's
man.
I think
dope.
that's the goal. Like, I've had songs with millions of streams. I've had songs with not millions of streams. I've written songs that have gold records, platinum. I have other songs that flop. It doesn't matter. Like cuando me murió, I want to leave like just a history of work. 10 years, 15 years, 20, 30 years. Even now, people who are discovering me, like in the freestyles or this or that, they go back and like, oh shit, you had some good shit in 2012 and 13 and 14. That's the goal. Just leave behind a legacy of work. Not even a legacy, because legacy is like, oh, you have to be famous or no, just leave behind. And when people find it, they will find it.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah,
dope,
yeah.
man.
Great
Well,
That makes
heck
sense?
yeah.
Am I drunk?
No,
you're
not
good.
yet.
You're
No,
not drunk
no,
enough,
no,
man.
great answer.
No,
Yeah.
lo
No,
siento,
but,
lo siento poco borracho porque estoy aquí buscando por mis palabras.
No, pues don't worry about it, man. We still have a whole night to go. I just got the sign, man. We are pretty much wrapped up for the podcast. Speak, thank you so much for sitting down with us, man.
Speak.
Dom,
Gracias
thank you
por
wherever
darme
you're
la
at, bro.
hospitalidad.
Hey, we still have a lot of live performances and DJs coming up next, so don't go anywhere. Make sure you guys follow Kick It Labs if you guys aren't already following us. Grizzly State, Oside Lens, and all these artists, man. Sound by the Sea. And we'll be back with the performances, man.
Yes, sir. So don't forget, we still got Speak performing tonight. So don't go anywhere. We got the DJs on the ones and twos. We'll be here till whenever they tell us to leave. So thank you, everybody, for kicking it. We got GD Funkster right now. Thank y'all. We'll catch you on the next episode of the Kick Podcast.
Yeah, with that being said, yo, thank you for sipping up with us, thank you for toking up with us, thank you for kicking it.
Hey.